Hi, my name is Dave Grant. This is the Retirement Matters blog, and thank you for coming back. If this is your first one, welcome. Now, Retirement Matters, it is a financial planning and investment management company in Barrington, Illinois. My name is Dave Grant. I'm the founder. I'm a certified financial planner, and today we're talking about your 401k, especially if you are maxing it out halfway through the year or midway through the year, and some of the pitfalls that you might find yourself getting into. So if you are lucky enough that you can max out your 401k throughout the year, that's fantastic. And there's two ways that you typically will do that. One, you will take the maximum amount that you can contribute to your 401k, you'll split it up amongst your pay periods, and then you'll save an even amount throughout those pay periods until you get to the end of the year and you max it out. Any match that you get from your company happens all the way through that timeline as well, and then you end up with the maximum amount that you are entitled to. That's a great solution. If you do it another way, you could potentially get in trouble. The way that other people can save to their 401k and max it out is they will save really aggressively on the first half of the year, and they will do the maximum funding, and then they'll figure out what to do with the rest of their money. We'll get onto that topic in a couple minutes. But if you do that, if you save really aggressively, you have to be aware of what the matching program is at your company. One thing that can happen is companies can cap their matches, and they will say, we're going to match contributions in a 12-month period based on our timeline. If you then match or if you make a contribution and max out in 6 months, you can actually miss out on 6 months of matching contributions because of the way that it's set up. So before you aggressively fund your 401k, you want to check with payroll or HR to understand if you will get the full match offered by your company if you if you max your 401k in the first half of the year. They will know what you're talking about. They will either say, yes, you need to spread it out throughout the year to get the full match, or they'll say, don't worry, we will make sure that you get all the match, even if you max it out in 4 or 5 months. So let's say you navigate through that, and now you're maxing it out. Let's call it an even 6 out of 12 months. So in the first 6 months, you max out your 401k. Now you're left with 6 months of increased income, and you still want to keep saving. So what do you do? Well, if you are still looking inside of your work programs, there's typically 2 places that are going to be good for you. You'll want to see if your company has a deferred compensation program. So that's going to be where, let's use some numbers for this one. Let's say if you earn $300,000 a year, you can say to your company, I want to put $100,000 into deferred compensation. I only want to earn $200,000 this year, and I will take that $100,000 and that growth at a later date. Companies have various plans for this depending on where you work. You may get it in 5 years. You may get it at retirement at a lump sum. You may be able to schedule it out throughout retirement. It's going to be up to your company as to what they specify it as. But in deferring that income, you also defer the income taxes that you pay on it. You defer those to the later date. So that will enable you to A, save money, because you're not taking that money home as income, and it's just being forced savings over there, and you get to defer taxes as well. The second place inside your company is going to be a health savings account. Now, if you are on your company's healthcare plan, you may want to understand how you get access to the health savings account. But a health savings account is it's called a triple dipping account, or the trifecta account in our financial advisor circles, because there's 3 tax advantages to it. One, you get a tax deduction on the money that you put in. The second one is it grows tax deferred. It doesn't get taxed along the way as it's growing, because you can invest it in the stock market. And if you take it out for healthcare expenses, it's not taxable at all. It also turns into a pseudo IRA once you hit the age of 65. You can then start to take it out for other expenses other than your medical expenses, and you don't get penalized, but you do pay taxes on that. So it is almost like an IRA that's hidden inside your company if you decide to just let it grow, and you can start to max that out as well. Obviously, numbers change throughout the year, and depending on if you're single or married, you've got different limits. But that can be a nice account that you can start to incrementally fund over the years that you're working, and you can start to build up another account. The third place that you can look to get some tax-deferred savings if you're maxing out your 401k, and too early in the year, I'll say, or if you've got income left over, is a tax-deferred annuity. I typically don't work with these a lot, but I've seen it used very well in some circumstances, is you'll take money home and you're going to get taxed on that. Now, rather than investing in a taxable investment account that you'll pay taxes on every year, depending on your investments, you can choose to purchase an annuity and you can contribute to that annuity every year as well. In an annuity, it is sheltered from taxes throughout the year. So all of the investments inside of that, and this would be with a variable annuity, they will grow tax deferred. When you start to take it out later on in life, then you'll start to pay taxes depending on the account. Depending on when you take it out will be dependent on what your taxes are going to be. But you'll get tax deferred growth all the way through your career while you're doing that. So if you're in a position to do some aggressive savings into your 401k and beyond, you definitely want a strategy. That is my job. That's what I help people do. So my name is Dave Grant. You can find me at Retirement Matters Illinois. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and I will see you on the next episode.